It's time to get real with Eddie, here to help you understand the changing real estate market and meet your real estate goals. Over 19 years in the business. 2018 Realtor of the Year of Three Rivers, past president of the Three Rivers Association of Realtors, director at the Illinois Association of Realtors, and team lead of the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner. Here's Eddie Ruettiger.
It's Tuesday at noon, and it's time to get real with Eddie. Here in the studio with me, I have Nancy Valley from the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner and Chris Chernichik from The Money Store. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Eddie. Thanks for having me. Nancy, you as well.
Good to see you, Chris.
Yes. And for those that don't know, Chris is the affiliate of the year for the Three Rivers Association of Realtors. Huge honor. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And ran an outstanding golf outing for the Three Rivers Association this year.
Yes.
Which the
Very
association uses for a lot of the charity outreach that they do. So that was huge. So congratulations on
congratulations
all your hard
again.
work for the industry and everything along those lines. And you're a major investor too, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just supporting the community.
You're out there just cranking away for the industry. So let's talk some real estate and let's talk about the Money Store. Let's talk about the Money Store first. You see some commercials, you see stuff about it here and there, but what is the Money Store?
We are a full-service lender. We focus on mortgages. Back in the day, if you guys are old enough, you'll remember the Phil Rizzuto-based commercials at the Money Store. And I remember growing up and hearing those spots, and they were just in your head, you know. But we went from being a HELOC-focused lender to now first mortgages. This is our 51st year, so we've been around for a while. We're just no frills. We just do mortgages. We do them well.
And the NMLS number for Chris is 339344, because just in case we get into something, we got that taken care of. And I want to talk about buyer traffic is still stronger than normal.
Yes, it is.
And I don't know about it, though. So a lot of the data is not, we'll have to see where August data comes into play. Overall, yes. But I don't think we've gotten data yet.
Well, and it's price point, too. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
very specific. It is very specific.
So the showing index is a measure of buyers touring homes. The graphic and the latest numbers available are a comparison. So this is a June comparison in 2017, 18, and 19, and then 2023. Why are we doing 17, 18, 19? We've talked about it. 20, 21, 22, those were the unicorn years. Those, you can't look and say, well, we're not being a normal market, because those weren't a normal market. Not when you got an interest rate at 2.5%.
Yeah, that was insane. It was an insane market.
So, showing the traffic index in 17 in June, 130.8, 129.3 in 18, 19, 126.8. Nobody in 19 was saying the market was falling, that everything was crashing.
Actually, we were saying it was cracking pretty good.
Yeah.
It was crack-a-lacking.
Yeah, and the traffic was less than 18. I thought was a rough year. I thought 2018 was a struggle year, personally.
I thought it was an okay year.
So
it was an okay year. But here again, I'd only been in the business like 2-3 years. So what did I know?
So, and then you look at what it is in right now in June of 2023, 198.3. Now, that was in June. I feel we have slowed down since June.
Yes, I would agree.
Where are you at with applications?
Lower than June.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely one of those things where, we just got note that we're expecting relief as far as the interest rates in November. We're not going to get that for the rest of 2023. So maybe January, February, we start seeing that. So we've seen that downtick in applications, but it is one of those things where the applications that we do receive are the conservative buyers almost like that winter market as far as a buyer is coming in. They're focused. They want to buy. They actually want to shop. So those are the kind of pre-approvals I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing in the market is you don't have what I like to call, my grandpa called the tire kicker.
Yeah, there's no tire kickers out there.
Yeah, if you're coming in and they're looking at a house, they want to buy.
Yeah, I like the point that you just made about it being the winter buyers.
Yeah.
Like they're just super focused. I think you're exactly right on that.
We just need inventory.
Well,
yeah.
we do need inventory because, I've got clients that are looking. I've got buyers that really kind of almost tapped out and stopped looking.
Yes, I do too.
They're tired of multiple offers. They're tired of, finally finding one that meets their needs.
Yeah.
And they don't get it.
Yeah.
It's been just that struggle, that much of a challenge year over year.
Yeah, people are exhausted.
Yeah, they're just, you got people that have been looking for 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, I have a couple that have been looking for well over a year. Over a year.
Can I ask you guys this? Obviously I have a different perspective because I'm not a realtor. But with that, are we getting away from, traditionally we have that first home, graduate to a second home, and then graduate even further to that long-term home, if you will?
No, I don't think so. I think we're actually going back into that trend.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say it's stronger.
I think it's
trend.
healthy. I think it's healthy because it rebuilds and reestablishes that natural cycle.
Yes.
Because what I was getting at is we had a glut of people graduating and staying at home, stockpiling cash and going as a first-time home buyer into that second, possibly third home. So we were missing out on the first and second home cycle. So that leads to our inventory not being there because there's not that normal cycle of graduating into your bigger houses, if you will, as your family and progresses. So I wonder if this is the cure that we need. And a couple of years now we have that natural cycle, and now we have a glut of inventory.
Well, and that brings up an interesting point because our next article is get ready for smaller, more affordable homes. So with going into that, Allie Wolf, chief economist at Zonda, has to say buyers should expect that over the next 12 to 24 months there will be a notable increase in the number of entry-level homes available. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So home size smaller than the pandemic. There's a graph. All right. And when you're looking at the average home size that were sold, it peaked in 2020. 2021 was actually a very small home size on the average. And they're starting to get smaller and smaller, actually. 2020, I don't like the graph colors they used. Everything was in blue, but it's just a thickness difference in the line.
Yeah, it's a weird...
I know. But
if you think about it, 2020, that's when interest rates were super low, so you could buy more house.
Well, it didn't peak in 2020. It's been just getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
I can't read it.
It peaked, it peaked in, it looks like 2019. And they've been getting smaller and smaller. And that was the going trend before the pandemic, is people wanted a smaller house. They weren't looking for the McMansions. They were looking for more affordability, more aspect. I think that kind of got thrown out with some of the lower interest rates. But the demographics from 2022 shows that the average square foot size is about 1875. Now this year it's a little bit higher, just over 1900. So it's an interesting aspect. Robert Dietz, chief economist at the National Association of Home Builders, states, as interest rates increased in 2022 and housing affordability worsened, the demand for home size trend has lowered. And that's one of the features we don't talk about in the numbers. We keep saying that, well, yeah, the median price is down. Well, the reason the median price is down is it's a smaller house. It's a lesser house. It's not the same house that they were buying 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is the proof. to what we've been saying for the last 10, 12 months.
Oh, yeah.
It's a different house that's selling. We didn't lose 1 or 2% in the market. It's just smaller houses sold 1 or 2% less than what.
Well, it wasn't as done up quite as nice, or
exactly.
You know.
Yeah, there was a couple other factors that played into this. So, Home Trends Institute, John Burns, real estate consulting, says it's not solving the affordability crisis, but it is creating opportunities for people to be able to afford an entry-level home in their area. I mean, that's really what you were just talking about, Chris, is having that affordability aspect.
Another thing is, I mean, as far as, as programs are concerned, I'm noticing a lot of my peers, their companies aren't offering programs like FHA. Mind blown. Huge companies are not offering FHA because it's not profitable for them. So as far as programs go, who are they helping? You know?
Yeah, because not everybody can qualify for a 3% down conventional mortgage.
Correct. Or with the rates where they're at, if they have, lesser credit, they're getting hit on a conventional. And they're paying rates, which in this market, I'm advising people, hey, we're going to buy a house. It's priced right if you can actually win a multiple offer situation, and then when the rates go down, we'll refinance. So let's think twice about paying discount points or overpaying, not necessarily on a program. So yeah, we want to have those options. We offer FHA, we offer VA, we do conventional.
And I've seen clients that have great credit scores taking FHA options because the interest rate's a better rate than a conventional rate. And they're just putting 10% down, even in some cases 15 or 20% down on an FHA. You've got to work what programs are in front of you.
Yeah, there is a stigma. There is a stigma. I get feedback from some of my agents. It's like, hey, can we go conventional because, people don't want to see FHA. It's like, why not? If we look at the grand scale of, hey, what's their monthly mortgage impact, including PMI. FHA does have PMI, but with that, is it lower than what the conventional?
So the reason why is they don't want to deal with the health and safety inspection components of the appraisal.
Understood.
But if your house is in good shape, there's nothing to worry about.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't understand when they said the seller doesn't want to go FHA. Why not? Who cares?
Handrails.
It's gonna pass. There's nothing there to be worried about. Handrails can come up.
Yeah.
I mean, because let's be honest, some of the stuff that was built in the 90s, they didn't 45 them to the wall, and now I think you have to have them 45 to the wall depending on who, what, when, and where, but still, it's...
And it is subjective to the inspector, to the inspection. So I think that's what gets people all hinky.
But
you really don't have to be, like you said, because if your house is in reasonable shape and you've got the big safety issues covered.
Yeah.
But it's still a seller's market.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a seller's market no matter where you go and what you're doing right now, in our area at least. I just talked to a client yesterday who's had his house on the market for like 100 days. All right, and this is in Tennessee. And he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. What's going on? I wanted your view, your opinion. You've always been a straight shooter to me. And pulled it up online, went through some stuff on the pictures, talked to him about what he's got for comps, because obviously I can't pull comps for that area. But there are some markets that are struggling, that are dragging.
Yeah.
But overall, it's still a seller's market. Today we only have 3 months supply in the current spread. That is a seller's market.
Yeah.
Now, traditionally, I've made this argument before. I do think if we get 4 to 5 months market time, I think that's going to be switching out. I don't think the neutral market's 6 to 7 months anymore.
Yeah, I'd say maybe 5.
I mean, it's
6.
just you're using an adequate data point that hasn't been really in. We haven't been in a neutral market in 20 years. I mean, honestly, we the last neutral market we had was like 2006.
Which is the beginning of
The Great Recession,
Yeah.
going to 4 years, 5 years of the buyer's market. We bottomed out in 13. Once we bottomed out, we never hit a neutral market. We went right from from the buyer's market almost overnight into a seller's market, because our inventory levels were already low by 17. This inventory issue that we're having isn't nothing new. We had problems with inventory in 17, 18, 19. We were at 3 or 4 months supply then.
Yeah. And we were multiple offers, and we were the whole nine.
The difference is between 06 and 07, you didn't have social media, you didn't have an iPhone, you didn't have all of these things that move data to the consumer at a faster pace. So that's why I personally feel a neutral market is not 6 to 7 months anymore.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, well, and we'll see if that definition gets changed. Economists are the ones that have that definition set at 6 to 7 months. I don't understand, personally. I think it has changed. Lawrence Ewan says, there are simply not enough homes for sale. The market can easily absorb a doubling of inventory. Chief economist for the National Association of Realtors. I could use a doubling of inventory.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
I mean, I've got clients that are looking. Still, 25 square foot ranch. You got a 2,500 square foot ranch with a 3-bedroom or in a 3-car garage.
Yeah.
Big dining room. You want to sell it? I got a buyer right now looking. Got a buyer that's looking for affordability. They're looking for a payment under $2,000. So you got a small house. Anything that's a small house could go in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. People need that first-time house.
Yeah.
They need that lower cost. Yeah. Seeing it all over the place.
It's just, I feel like everybody's waiting for the shoe to drop.
Hey, in my market, everyone waits for the rate to get better, and the reality is, hey,
These are the rates.
these
Yeah.
are the rates. And
This
to
is the
put
new
it in-
normal.
Yeah, to put it in a historical perspective, 2006, we were refinancing people down to the 7s, the 7.5s, and they were smitten kittens, you know? So they were going from double digits or 9s to 7, 7.5s,
Mm-hmm.
and they were happy. And we went into that. So one thing that we're missing, and you guys are veterans, you guys have been in the industry for a while, some of the newer agents have only known 5% rates and lower.
But I think it's like 90% of the agents out there
Yeah.
have
so,
only been in the business since the rates have been at 5%.
Right. So when you put it in that, it's about the education of letting people know, hey, this is not bad. This home price at this market, if we can get it, is not bad. And then you refinance, right?
Yeah.
If you can afford this payment and then you're able to refi into a lower rate that drops your payment a couple $100 in a year or two, wow, you just got a great price on a house that's going to build equity, and now you're going to pay yourself when you refi.
Well, and one of the things I look at is what is the average interest rate over the last 40 years? 7.8.
Yeah, that's
We're not at 7.8 yet. We're at like 7.1 to 7.5. I'm
Yeah.
not saying we're not going to get there, but even if we do get there, that's average.
yeah.
Yeah, I was
The
going to say.
average
And
rate.
so what? It's average. But people remember the unicorn years, and they're not quite.
People
I get
rem-
it. It's sticker shock, but.
People remember yesterday. That's what they remember.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to, is what they remember happened yesterday. All right, let's talk numbers on Joliet before we hit the break here. So average sales price is $261,826 in Joliet. That is up 4.4% August over August. The median sales price is $248,750. That is up 7.9%. Ladies and gentlemen, buy the house now, rent the rate. It's that simple. These prices are continuing to rise, and the data supports this.
And we're still in bidding wars because percentage of original list,
Go ahead.
101.7%, up 3.4%.
40 days market time. 40 days.
Yeah.
I get it. It's not 2 weeks. It's not 7 days.
Oh, heavens, we're up.
But even last year, it was 38 days.
Yeah, and you still felt like you were walking up the driveway and it went under contract as you were walking up the driveway to see it.
It still feel that way. It's only 2 more days. Inventory, as Chris said. Last year, at the end of August, 207 houses. This year, 100 houses. 51.7% decrease in inventory year over year.
Yeah, and you wonder why loan applications are down, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. There it is. No inventory.
But there's your affordability factor. If you're looking for something affordable, you need to be looking in Joliet. There are opportunities in Joliet when the average sales price is $261.
Yes. Be open to doing a little work or, something. Just be open.
Average sales price on attached in Joliet. Condos, duplexes, townhouses. $226,750, down 0.9%. Somebody must have had a fire sale, because that's on 24 closings.
Yeah, something happened there.
Yep. Because the median sales price is up 6.1% to $252,500. Average market time 13 days, and 28 units available. 28 units were available last year.
Yeah, selling again 102.3% over original list.
Yeah, so the average sales price isn't down. You've got something that's
maybe it was
foreclosure.
Really distressed. Yeah, I was going to say foreclosure, distressed property that got into a little bit of a bidding war. So that part
I would be the
worked,
opposite. Wouldn't it be a bidding war? It wouldn't sell, and they cut, and they finally just cut it loose because to bring the price down.
Yeah, well, I was looking at the 102%.
Oh, that
so it probably was priced super low.
Yeah. But it could have, and that would have brought the median average price down.
Yeah.
So, or it could have been a really small, because I've seen some one bedrooms going up for sale lately.
Oh, that'll really knock your
So you're getting a
numbers.
huge, great deal on price per square foot because it's selling for it. But when you're looking at the actual price, I mean, it's all within reason. You can't just look at the numbers. You got to look at the comparables. You got to look at your personal house, your market. So, all right, when we get back after the break, I'm going to look at what the experts are saying for the forecasting for the rest of 2023.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to Chris.
Keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
Eddie Ruettiger, a licensed and experienced realtor with 22 years of success in the industry, is the team lead of the Ruettiger Group, associated with Baird Warner. Eddie has assisted innumerable residents of the area in making informed decisions regarding real estate matters. What sets Eddie and his team apart is their personalized approach that prioritizes your needs. They empower you with the right tools, information, and guidance to make the best decisions for you and your family. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a property, Eddie provides you with the insights and resources to make a sound decision. At the Ruettiger Group, you are always in charge, and your needs are paramount. Eddie's team believes in educating their clients and helping them navigate the complex real estate landscape with ease. So, if you're in need of a reliable, experienced, and trustworthy real estate partner, look no further than Eddie Ruettiger and the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner. Find out more by calling Eddie at 815-823-5478. That's 815-823-LIST, or visit yourdwellings.com.
It's Eddie Ruettiger from the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner and Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Consider joining the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner as a realtor. We offer a supportive and collaborative environment for our members and are currently expanding our team. Our focus is on training and education to ensure that our members are equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to serve their clients successfully. At the Ruettiger Group, we are committed to helping our members develop both professionally and personally. Our ultimate goal is to support our members in achieving their goals and making a positive impact in the real estate industry and in the lives of their clients. Our founder, Eddie, believes in teaching members how to serve their clients, family, and community rather than just generating a commission for the brokerage. He emphasizes the importance of being capable of going out on your own and receiving an amazing return on your value. To learn more about becoming a part of our team, please contact Eddie at the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner. Call Eddie at 815-823-5478. Again, 815-823-5478.
Doing everything for you except the moving. And be glad. It's Get Real with Eddie.
All right, welcome back to Get Real with Eddie. All right. Home price forecasts for 2023. Revised.
No. Say it isn't so.
You notice they do these revisions so quietly.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's see who got it wrong the most. How about that?
Okay. So make it Nancy size. So I can see it.
Nancy size. All right, can you see that?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks. Oh.
There's letters and words on this page.
Numbers and letters. Okay.
All right, here we go.
I'm all excited now. Okay.
MBA, Mortgage Bankers Association, original forecast for 2023, down 0.6%. Current forecast, flat. No change in net value. Fannie Mae, down 1.5%. Current forecast, up 3.9%.
Oops.
Morgan Stanley.
They're almost my favorite.
Down 4%. Current forecast, flat. No change. American Enterprise Institute. I have no idea who they are.
Okay, so they got to be feeling super salty right now.
Look at those numbers.
Yeah, look at these
Down
numbers.
15 to 20%.
The sky is falling.
What were you smoking in 2022?
Their current forecast, mind you, they were saying we were going to lose 15 to 20% of the price. Now they're saying they're up 6%.
Salty. Real.
I have to say, you have the worst price forecasts, even worse than Zillow.
Yeah, not sure who they are.
Speaking of Zillow.
Oh, yeah, they're nice. Nice segue.
They were 0.7%, negative 0.7% loss. Up 5.5% current forecast. Wells Fargo, negative 5.5. Current forecast, up 2.2. Goldman Sachs, down 5 to 10%. I like how they just give these big ranges, by the way.
Yeah.
Current forecast, up 1.8. Home price expectation survey. Now, that's a survey, but that is a survey of the top 100 economists getting their average coming out of it. So it's not really a survey. It's pooling all of the economists together.
Averaging the economists.
Yes. And that came out to negative 2.04%.
Okay.
Now, current forecast up 3.32.
Feels like they tried on that one, though. It's like they actually tried.
Is it because of the .04? Like
Maybe.
they put a little extra effort
Yeah,
in
because
it?
they put a little extra effort. The 15 to 20%, I'm sorry.
Is that like going in when you're doing a CMA and it's like, your house is worth $300,000. No, your house is worth $300,332. Where did you come up with the 332?
It's just because.
Because you just pulled that.
Because you're
out.
looking.
Yeah,
you're,
uh-huh.
Hey, not to toot my industry or my peers' horn.
Please do.
The Mortgage Bankers Association had the most conservative numbers, if you will. It was only a point.
Yeah.
0.6.
Or delta.
Yeah.
0.6 and it went flat.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, speak to the people who are doing it.
Yeah. And I would say that was good.
I like that. It's those that can, those that can't write about it.
And give
those that can't forecast.
5% difference.
I mean, let's be honest. If you take the worst out of American Enterprise Institute, 20%, and then to 6%, that is a 26-point swing in their predictions.
Yeah, that's, like I said, that's shameful.
I've seen weathermen more accurate than that.
That's shameful.
That's the listing appointment that you quickly run out of because your house isn't going to sell for this much, but let's list it for this much, and let's hope it goes for this much. Yeah.
I'm calling you in 2 weeks, and we're gonna be doing a reduction.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So the deputy chief economist at First American said what, Nancy?
Adetta Cushy, department chief economist at First American, says one thing is for sure: having long-term fixed-rate debt in the U.S. protects homeowners from payment shock. Acts as an inflation hedge. Your primary household expense doesn't change when inflation rises, and is a reason why home prices in the U.S. are downside sticky.
Downside sticky?
Sticky?
I haven't heard that expression in a while.
I'm still not seeing real downside sticky here.
The whole moral of the story is it was not de-appreciation. It was a de-acceleration of appreciation that has happened in most markets. Now, there are some markets we have seen price drops.
Yeah, and we saw huge price rising.
Yes. Because they were rising even more than we were.
Like San Francisco.
San Francisco's a great example.
Vegas was a big one.
Yeah.
Florida is a state. Austin was another big one.
Florida hasn't seen any price reductions that I've seen.
No.
Yeah, so I mean, I've seen prices go down in Arizona.
Yeah.
Vegas. Austin's had some struggles. It's crazy on it. Now, with that being said, there's still a lot of equity you have in your house therefore. Because we didn't see these price reductions. All right? Equity reaches homes at 4-year high. Mortgage homes with at least 50% equity. All right? 49% of homes that are mortgaged have at least 50% equity right now.
Yeah, that's so cool for people. It really is.
It doesn't necessarily mean tap into your equity unnecessarily, people. It just means one of those things where, hey, your home, we need to get back into the mindset of your home is one of the largest purchases you're going to make, but it's also one of the best investments you're going to make because we ran into that period where we had the foreclosure boom.
Yeah.
People didn't think about, hey, I'm going to leave it because it's not worth as much. Hey, you still need a place to live.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And those that stayed there, paid their mortgage, are now reaping the benefits
Yes.
of it.
Bigly.
I mean, they are just reaping the benefits. And with that being said, there are good uses for your equity. We've talked about it on the show.
Oh, yeah.
If you're opening a business, if you're paying off high interest debt, all right?
If you're improving that home that you're living in.
Improve home because you're improving the asset.
Yes.
And keep in mind, the home is a hard asset, just like gold. It is a hedge against inflation, too.
Yes.
And then the last but not least, that I don't think we talk about enough, buying more assets.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a compound. If you take some of your assets out of your current house and bought a rental property, there is a compounding interest effect to that money.
Yeah. It's making making money for you.
So there are some people, especially now, because there is nothing in the next 5 years that says rent prices are going down. I have seen nothing pointing to rental prices collapsing or going down in the next 5 years. So if you're looking to invest in something, invest into more real estate. It is an option. And I know what you say, thinking, I don't want to be a landlord. I don't want to be a landlord. I don't want to be a landlord. Guess what? You don't have to be a landlord. You hire someone to be the landlord. You are the property owner. There are property managers out there that deal with all the stuff that landlords have to deal with.
Yep.
Trust me, I'm not a landlord. I have a property manager. My property manager deals with that stuff. And I'm in real estate.
Yeah. We still deal with ours, but it's okay.
Most of yours, though, isn't it a lot of family in yours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see,
a lot of family.
That's a little. I think that's a little different. Yeah. So.
But things come up, and we're getting older. So, do we really want to deal with it?
Your husband's not. He's getting younger. I talked to him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's de-aging. It's
yes.
an amazing.
It's
process.
amazing. It's
yes.
like he got the brass ring. It's in his hand now. He can get you.
He can walk on water, float downstairs.
Yeah. Especially the float downstairs. Airborne.
Could not help it. It was there.
Airborne.
All right, we got to tell them. Should we tell them what happened so they know the inside joke?
So my husband, in long story short, took a little.
Tumble.
He had his hands full of stuff because we were closing the pool and decided to miss a step, and down he went. And
sprained it.
Sprained his ankle.
Not broken, just sprained.
No, we had to take a trip to the ER because we definitely and banged himself up pretty good.
So he's only out for 6 weeks. He's not pulling an Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Okay.
Nothing broken, nothing torn. Just his ego was bruised as well as his arm and.
The best part of the story is when Nancy tells you and says, "Yeah, I was in the kitchen and I just heard him go," and I'm like, "Oh man."
Yeah, you hear the thunk, 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 and stuff fly all over, and I'm like, "Oh God."
It's like, all right.
So I went running. I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
So here's
putting him in bubble wrap.
Let's go with another option. How about you build your dream home? I got a lot for sale in Shorewood, 25526 Prairie Wood in Shorewood, Troy Township. You're looking at you're looking at Minooka School District. This is in Stansbury Farm subdivision. 45,000 on this lot. It is just over a third of an acre. You can't go wrong. So how about you look at that and build your dream house?
Yeah, I've got a lot as well.
And
when I'm living in the north end of Plainfield.
And that is actually, Nancy.
That is actually my lot.
Your full disclosure, that is your lot. We got one on the north end of Plainfield too. What's the price on that one?
That one's $70,000, and it's a 3/4 acre.
So again, another 3/4 acre lot and
full custom. Full custom build?
What do you guys have for construction loans? You guys got construction loans?
We have a construction firm product that we do. Me personally, what I see a lot of is they'll take advantage of the builder's loan, go into that, and then I'll refinance them into a permanent loan.
There you go. So we've got options. And if you want, let's give Chris a call. What's the best number to reach you at, Chris?
815-412-0491. And then I have a really easy using website, www.mortgagewithchris, that's Chris with a K.com. I've used it myself, and it's pretty user-friendly.
KRIS, folks, KRIS.
Yeah.
So, and if you want more information on either one of these lots, give me a call at 815-823-5478. Again, 815-823-5478. All right, when we get back after the break, we're going to talk about Chris's favorite topic right now, and that is mortgage rates, past, present, and possible future. Keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
Eddie Ruettiger, a licensed and experienced realtor with 22 years of success in the industry, is the team lead of the Ruettiger Group, associated with Baird and Warner. Eddie has assisted innumerable residents of the area in making informed decisions regarding real estate matters. What sets Eddie and his team apart is their personalized approach that prioritizes your needs. They empower you with the right tools, information, and guidance to make the best decisions for you and your family. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a property, Eddie provides you with the insights and resources to make a sound decision. At the Ruettiger Group, you are always in charge, and your needs are paramount. Eddie's team believes in educating their clients and helping them navigate the complex real estate landscape with ease. So, if you're in need of a reliable, experienced, and trustworthy real estate partner, look no further than Eddie Ruettiger and the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner. Find out more by calling Eddie at 815-823-5478. That's 815-823-LIST. Or visit yourdwellings.com.
It's Eddie Ruettiger from the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner and Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Consider joining the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner as a realtor. We offer a supportive and collaborative environment for our members and are currently expanding our team. Our focus is on training and education to ensure that our members are equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to serve their clients successfully. At the Ruettiger Group, we are committed to helping our members develop both professionally and personally. Our ultimate goal is to support our members in achieving their goals and making a positive impact in the real estate industry and in the lives of their clients. Our founder, Eddie, believes in teaching members how to serve their clients, family, and community rather than just generating a commission for the brokerage. He emphasizes the importance of being capable of going out on your own and receiving an amazing return on your value. To learn more about becoming a part of our team, please contact Eddie at the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner. Call Eddie at 815-823-5478. Again, 815-823-5478.
It's Get Real with Eddie, where everyone deserves the opportunity of home.
Welcome back from Get Real with Eddie. Hey, if you've got questions on mortgage rates, got questions on loans, once again, Chris, what is the best number to reach you at?
815-412-0491.
Or check out that website at what?
www.mortgagewithchris.com. That's mortgage with and KRIS.
All right. So, I don't see it sticker shock anymore. I want to point that out. Are you getting that when people go, oh my God, they're that high? They're not doing that anymore. I'm not hearing people freaking out that rates are at 7.
My borrowers aren't. Everyone around them is giving them that wow. But with them, they're focused. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the show. People that come to us, they're focused about buying. They want to get out of their parents' house, or they want to get out of their apartment, So they're focused. They're realizing that rent versus home ownership is a benefit to them, owning a home.
So Freddie Mac's been tracking the 30-year fixed rate since 1971. The primary mortgage market survey comes up with, in 52 years, 7.7 is the average rate. 7.7. So 7.8 was, my understanding, is the 40-year. And we're looking at a rate of 7.1 right now, 7.2 about. So there is still a decent deal out there. It's not. I mean, I heard stories before I got in the business, and I've been around the block once, twice. I passed go.
3, I heard 3 times.
Yeah, I've been here a little bit. And I mean, when I started, the rates were at 8%.
If everyone could see this graph, there's a huge area where rates were double digits, folks.
16% in the 80s.
Well, and can I just say, we're really focused on the here and now.
Yep.
And this is real estate is a long-term investment. Buy what you can afford, what you need. Do it now. You're buying it for long-term usage for your loved ones, yourself, whatever, and you're buying it as a long-term investment. So keep that in mind. Okay, it's 7.138, 10% interest now. Refi later, you're going to have it for 10 plus years. It's the average 10 now. So just keep that in mind. You're growing equity. Things are happening. It's not stagnant.
And the mortgage
That's
rate,
my 2 cents.
they talk about how the mortgage rate tends to track government bonds and inflation with a lag, and it does lag on the inflation. As inflation goes up, the rates come up. As the inflation goes down, that's the bigger lag. What the rates go up in the elevator, come down on the stairs. So it is the old saying. It's just a crazy aspect to what's going on in the market. Here's what I would say, and they don't talk about this in the article, and that is the gap in those bonds. So the gap on the 10-year Treasury is, I want to say, I think yesterday it was around 4.5.
Was it?
The 10-year was at when I was on my way here, it was 4.326.
Okay.
Just a little bit lower than 4.5, but.
And we're the rate on the 30 fix is around 7.1.
Yeah.
So we're talking about 3-point difference. Historically, that difference is 1.8, 1.7, 1.8. They've got it baked into the cake for these rates to come down when it's the market calms down and settles down. What they're worried about is believe it or not, you getting a rate at 7.1 and keeping it for a year or two, that's short term. That's dangerous for the secondary market. They can lose money that way. So once these rates have settled down and everything settles down and calms down, there is going to be a natural progression of these rates coming down just to close that gap down to the historical norms. Right now, the risk is too high to do that because you could refinance. You refinance and the secondary market could lose money. We've talked about this on the show multiple times. So odds are the rates are going to come down somewhat. How much, we don't know. When, we don't know.
I think my guess is it'll be gradual. I don't think it's going to just wake up one day and be down to 5%.
My guess is I think it's going to be next year.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see another Fed rate hike because of the rate CPI number came out at 3.7 last week. Okay, and that's up from the month before. So you're going to see
slightly up.
Yeah,
but they really do want it down to 2. So
which I think is stupid personally.
Yeah, I don't.
No, I think it's stupid for 2 different reasons. That means at 2% inflation, that means in 50 years my money's worth half of what it is. Because 2% inflation a year over 50 years, that's 100% inflation. So, I mean, that's where I am. I don't think, I'm not a fan of inflation. And I'm not always a fan of all the monetary policies that are out there. I mean, so if you got a life savings of 50 years, it's now worth half of what it was. Because that's 100% inflation at 2%. But that's me. But fine, 2% is the target. I get that. I think that's going to go, the next Fed rate will push us into a recession. I'm looking at some other numbers. But recession and real estate have nothing to do with each other. I understand the last big recession was the Great Recession, and that was in the banks, and that's what everybody remembers. But that has nothing to do with, truly, with real estate if there is a recession. 4 out of the last 6 recessions, real estate did well. I think you're going to see rates get cut because of the recession. You're going to see rates also get cut because next year's a presidential election. To what, I don't know, but I think you'll see some opportunities, and that's when you're refining. Buy the house now. before it goes up another 5%. Rent the rate, refinance it next year.
And a huge thing to think about, and I always, I don't necessarily shy away from rate. They are what they are. And that's the beauty of my job is I go based on market pricing, right?
Yeah.
But I tell people, we need to see what you qualify for. Every borrower, every buyer, they're different. They have different credit scores, they have different financial outlooks, so it's a matter of having that conversation with a trusted professional and seeing what you qualify for and seeing what the best program is for you. It's not necessarily, hey, my neighbor got this awesome rate. Hey, how much did your neighbor pay for that? So have that conversation, go through the numbers, do your due diligence, and then
Absolutely. I think that's the best way to leave the show for today. What it goes by your credit score, your debt to income ratio. What are you putting down on the house? Are you buying down the rate or not? These are all options. And give Chris a call and he can help you. 815-412-0491 or go to mortgagewithchris.com, KRIS. Chris, it was a blast having you today, man.
Awesome. Always enjoy being here.
Don't forget, check us out online, Get Real with Eddie. 365 days a year. You can check out past shows and keep yourself up to date on your largest investment, your home.
Thanks for listening to Get Real with Eddie. Eddie Ruettiger is a realtor at Baird Warner in Plainfield, license number 475141896. Managing broker Steve Engel. For more information on your neighborhood, call Eddie at 815-823-5478 or visit yourdwellings.com.